this is gonna be a rant about soliciting. I always hated that. Now, I never had too much of a problem with like the door to door people because it doesn't really happen often. At least in my experience, back growing up, you had the Jehovah's Witnesses. A couple times I had the Mormons, but generally speaking, I never had too much of it where it was unbearable, But something that I do hate is the people that stand outside of a door trying to sell you, hey, can I just get a second of your time? Like, I always hated that. And I hate, shit, even homeless people that do that. I always hated that too. And I understand, like, that's a place of traffic. People are coming in and out, in and out. But I always hated that. People waiting outside of the building trying to, hey, can I get a second? Like, no. I always hated stuff like that. Like the other day, a couple of days ago, it was this kid that was in front of a gym, trying to sell candy. And I told him, I said, hey, because, I kind of wanted to help him because he was a little kid. He's probably like 11, 12. But really, I didn't really want no damn candy, but I was going to give it to him just because, he's a little kid or some shit. And I said, hey, you got Cash App? He said, no. I said, oh, yeah, man. I said, that's all that I got is Cash App. I don't got nothing else. He said, okay, you cool. And then a little bit after that, he was there again trying to sell candy. And I said, and then I was gonna do it again, even though I really didn't need the candy. I said, you got Cash App? He said, yeah. I think he said, yeah. So then he had typed it in my phone and it didn't work. And then I said, yeah, man. I said, that's all that I could do, man. He said, okay, man. You're cool. And then, but next time, if he's there again, I'm just gonna, like, if he asks, like, let's say if his Cash App starts working, I'm gonna say no because I don't really want no candy, It's like I always hated that. People stand outside the door, or even if it's kids, women, homeless people, I always hated people standing outside of a place trying to ask for money or trying to sell you something. I always hated that. And some people do it because they kind of feel like they're pressure, because they feel put on the spot. So some people go ahead and do it. I ain't doing that shit, man. I always hated that, soliciting. So, that's all I gotta say. I'm out.